Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays episode. I'm your host, Mike. That's me, Mike, and I'm here to show you some really cool movies that are in my collection, new and old. And today I thought I would spotlight some Asian cinema. These are some new additions that I've got probably since about 6 months past, about 6 months ago. I got a couple of things that I was really wanting to get, and it took a while. One of them was like out of print it wasn't out of print, but it was like out of stock forever. And I ordered it from Shout Factory and stuff, and it took a minute to get here, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. But let's start it off with this is a Blu-ray Criterion edition of a really cool movie from Toshiya Fujita. This is the complete Lady Snowblood, which is two movies, but man, these are really good. If you've never seen Lady Snowblood, do yourself a favor, guys, and find these. If you have the Criterion channel, it may be streaming on the Criterion channel, but Lady Snowblood, super good. And the only way that I really discovered this was actually because of Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino, which he uses some stuff from this as kind of an influence on some of the scenes in Kill Bill and stuff. But yeah, I've finally, years later, I got this and watched them, and I was just like, man, these are so good. I mean, they're part samurai movie, part I don't know, not so much like you would say Shaw Brothers Kung Fu, but mostly kind of more of a samurai. It's like a female samurai, basically. So the backstory on Lady Snowblood, the first one is basically how this all starts is there's a young married couple, probably middle class. This takes place during the 1800s in Japan. They're walking. They have a new baby. They have a little boy, and I believe the mother is pregnant. And they're walking along, and this group of bandits attack them and kill them all. They kill the husband. They kill the little boy. The wife survives. She survives, or wait a minute, she wasn't pregnant. She survived somehow. She ends up getting revenge and killing one of them. She ends up in prison, where she ends up getting pregnant in prison, and she gives birth to the little girl that will grow up to be Lady Snowblood. Now, Lady Snowblood, it's really cool that her mom's dying wish, because she dies giving birth to her, is to finish her plan of revenge and finish killing these people that were responsible for her, husband, her father, her brother, everyone being murdered and stuff. And these people all, years go by and they move on up in life, and they're people of more prestigious, prestigious people. Some of them become this, become that, but she tracks them all down and kills them all, and it's really super cool. Just some of the not the battle scenes, some of the scenes. I mean, they're just so choreographed and so just beautiful widescreen photography. It's well directed, just the way it looks, man. It's such a great movie. And then the second one is Love Song of Vengeance, which is kind of I'm trying to think if it's directly related to the first one or indirectly. I think it's indirectly. I think the second one kind of picks up with showing her moving on with her life, and she meets this guy, and there's some love, but she's kind of like a notorious person. She's Lady Snowblood, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this any good, guys. But do some research on it. Just look up Lady Snowblood. This is a super good edition. It's got some interviews, and these are new 2K restorations of these movies. But yeah, let me just read a little bit of it, because I feel like I'm not doing it justice, because it's really good. A young woman trained from childhood to be an assassin and hell-bent on revenge for heinous crimes committed against her family, hacks and slashes her way to gory satisfaction in turn of the 20th century Japan. Rampant with inventive violence and spectacularly choreographed swordplay, Toshiya Fujita's pair of influential cult classics, Lady Snowblood and Lady Snowblood Love Song of Vengeance, are bloody, beautiful extravaganzas composed of one elegant widescreen composition after another. The first Lady Snowblood was a major inspiration on Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill saga, and both of Fujita's films remain cornerstones in Asian action cinema. And that's better. Sometimes I want to sound that way, and I don't sound that way, but there you go. Really good. Now all you gotta do is watch it, because that don't even give you all that you need to know. So if you love samurai movies, if you love action movies, you love Asian cinema, pick this up. I promise you won't be disappointed. So there you go, guys. Next up, this was a new release. I believe this came out in, I want to say September or October 2021. This is from Eureka, Masters of Cinema. This stars one of my favorite Asian action stars of all time, Jimmy Wang Yu. This is a movie called The One-Armed Boxer. And this is a super cool movie. I've already watched it like twice, and I really want to watch it again. But it is such a good movie. I mean, it's funny, he kind of played a one-armed swordsman in a Shaw Brothers classic, but now he's the one-armed boxer. But yeah, this is a really cool edition. It's limited to this slip case. It's got a slip case with dual artwork to change out, and I believe it comes with a poster too. So I believe that maybe that's in the first so many copies. But yeah, the O-card slipcase featuring new artwork by Darren Wheeling. It's got a reversible poster, and this is a 1080p presentation of the movie. It looks really good, though. I mean, it is finally got a high definition restoration of the film. It's got Mandarin language and English audio options, and it's got a little bit of stuff on there. It's not a whole lot of extras. I mean, it got some commentaries and stuff like that, but the main thing is this movie. I mean, this is a really nice release. I mean, it's a really beautiful release. Yeah, from 1971, The One-Armed Boxer. I mean, just check that artwork out, guys. I mean, just look at it for a minute. I mean, it's so cool. Really nice. So that was a new one. And this is another new one I got. This is actually from Arrow, and I had never seen any of the movies from this series before. I had seen it from this other series I'm going to tell you about. But this is a collection of the Sister Street Fighter collection of films. So Arrow put this out a few years ago. This shows Sonny Chiba was originally, he got famous being the Street Fighter, and then those movies were such big hits that they kind of spawned kind of a variant, with Sister Street Fighter, and I think he's Sonny Chiba. I think is in the first episode or something, or the first movie. But yeah, altogether you're getting. I think there's 5 movies here. Yeah, you get Sister Street Fighter, you get Hanging by a Thread, Return of Sister Street Fighter, and Sister Street Fighter, the 5th Level Fist, which is really cool. But yeah, Sister Street Fighter. I guess the first time I ever heard this movie was way back when I was a teenager, when I saw the movie True Romance, where what's his face? What's his name? Christian Slater is going to the movies on his birthday to see. I think it was a double feature of was it Sister Street Fighter and then the Street Fighter, and it always kind of stuck with me for years because I was young then and I hadn't seen a whole lot of action Asian cinema yet. So I always remember that, but I'm just now getting around after all these years to getting Sister Street Fighter. This is a really nice addition. I mean, like with everything with Arrow, I mean, all their stuff's nice. I mean, but yeah, it's a two disc movie, or 2-disc set with 4 movies. I'm sorry, I said 5, but it's 4. Yeah, 2 discs, 4 movies. And really nice, and it's got a lot of special features on here, and there's a really cool Sonny Chiba interview that it started on his collection, and then part 2 is in the Sister Street Fighter one. So just to let you know, guys out there, if you haven't got this yet, you got the other set, but here you go, Sister Street Fighter. Check that out. Lots and lots of fun, guys. I mean, it's just great fun. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of fun, guys. I don't know. So I can't talk about Sister Street Fighter without talking about the Street Fighter. That's right, guys. Sonny Chiba. One bad motherfucker. That's right, Sonny Chiba. This is a great release from Shout Factory. This is one I ordered from Shout. I think it was out of stock on Amazon, and I think there wasn't even an overpriced edition on eBay even. So it was hard. So I ordered it on here, and it took about 3 months for it to come in stock again, and I got it. But yeah, we lost Sonny Chiba not too long ago and everything, which made me start thinking like, yeah, I really need to get this. This was in my cart like on Amazon for probably at least a good two years, and I just never did get around to getting it for some reason. And him passing away made me think, yeah, let me get this before this goes out of print and it's outrageous in prices on the used market and stuff. So this is really excellent edition. It's funny, Sister Street Fighter was released through Arrow, and then this is through Shout, which is really kind of different. But I think they did that with the Creep Show releases too. Creep Show 1 and Creep Show 2 were on those two different labels. But what's really cool, it's got this nice slipcase, It's got the case opens up. We got again, we got a 3-disc affair now. The first movie is on the first disc by itself. Second disc, we got Return of Street Fighter, which is on there, and then the third disc we got the Street Fighter's Last Revenge. So we got all three of the official movies on their own Blu-ray disc, with all kinds of interviews and stuff. And this is a new 2K scan, by the way, of these movies, and they've never looked better. I mean, the copy, I had a set for many years of these, but they were like public domain looking, but they didn't look that bad. I think one of them was at least widescreen, and it looked pretty good. But man, these look great. Just compare them to your old editions, and they just really look great. Sounds really good. I think it's got some audio commentaries even, I believe. But yeah, it's got a really good interview with Sonny Chiba on here, and the interview on here I also really enjoyed was with filmmaker Jack Schroeder, who started out making trailers for New Line Cinema, which they originally released this back in the '70s, New Line Cinema. And he worked himself up to being a director and stuff and everything. And he kind of tells his story a little bit. And it was really interesting. It's very interesting of a Hollywood of yesteryear, where it's like now you couldn't just show up in Hollywood and get this job as an editor. Hey, you want to edit a movie? Sure. You work your way up. It probably don't work that way. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way nowadays. But his story was pretty cool. And of course, the Sonny Chiba interview was really good also. And this is great. This is a great release. It's what you expect from Shout. Shout always releases really good stuff. And this is, you need this for your collection. No Asian cinema martial arts collection, you can't go without this. You have to have Street Fighter in your collection. That's all there is to it. That's it. And finally, guys, this is the last movie I'm going to show you. This is a super good movie. I really like Chow Yun Fat. What am I talking? Chow Yun Fat. Known, most famously, for The Killer, Hard Boiled with John Woo, the John Woo movies, and then he came to America and did a few movies. I think he did The Replacement Killers or something. He did a couple of movies over here and everything. But this is a movie that I was listening to a podcast and they brought it up, and I did a little research on it and got it. This is our Dimension film release. This is from the early 2000s, like 2001. The movie I'm talking about is called City on Fire. And this is a really cool movie. The rumor has it that this was kind of an influence on Quentin Tarantino with the Reservoir Dogs somehow. I watched it recently, and it's not obvious. I don't think, anyways, unless I'm wrong about that. It's just a really good crime thriller. Takes place, in Hong Kong. It's got the vibe of The Killer, Hard Boiled, classic Chow Yun Fat movies. He's a cop and stuff. Really, really good, high energy, well directed. Let's see, the director was Ringo Lam, and I believe this came out in 1988. And basically, Chow Yun Fat is he's kind of like an undercover police officer. His uncle is like a police lieutenant, a captain, or somebody who's been on the force for decades and stuff. And he's kind of at odds with a new younger guy coming into the police into the force that's kind of pushing the older uncle out. So the uncle's come up with a plan to really bust this guy that's been running drugs and guns and everything, and to kind of show that he's still relevant on the force and that he can do stuff. So he's basically got his nephew doing all this like undercover work and being part of this gang and all this stuff, and it's really good. And there's a whole like comedy element through it where he's trying to be with this girl, his fiance. She loves him, she hates him, she loves him, she hates him, because he's like, I can't commit to you. And then he commits to her, and they're going to get married, and they're all happy and everything. And then they're like, I need you to go undercover for 2 weeks straight. And, and it's like, well, I'm going to get married. Well, you can't get married now. And it's just kind of funny, this whole like thing going on with him and his fiance. It's really funny. Back and forth, but it is a great movie, well edited, fast pace. If you loved Hard Boiled and any of the movies like that, with the Chow Yun Fat, really good. This is classic primetime Chow Yun Fat. He's definitely one of my favorite Asian actors of all time. But yeah, this is really good. It's a great crime movie. City on Fire. And I'm not really sure if it's on Blu-ray or any other DVD editions. There might be some from like Hong Kong or something. But the only edition I could find was that older edition there. But it looks fine. Those are some of the first DVDs, stuff. They all look good still. They got a good picture still, and everything looks great. Sounds good. So So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed these little choices I brought before you. These Asian cinema movies that I dig a lot. Check those out. Write them down and check them out, man. I mean, they're a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. Very entertaining, and all that good stuff. So if you like that, give me a like, give me a thumbs up on there today. Comment, let me know what you think about these things, and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel. That would be really cool. And you'll get more episodes like this in the future. And don't forget to ring the bell so that you're notified when I do release a new video. At least that's what they tell me, guys. I don't know, but it would be really cool if you subscribed. So anyways, guys, my name is Mike. I talk about movies, Blu-rays, DVDs, laser discs. I enjoy them. You enjoy them. So take it easy tonight. Get some popcorn. Watch a good movie. And I'll see you guys later.